I genuinely hope it's UFOs. I hope it's UFOs because maybe they're coming to help us.
How many people that you know in your life have said this? I hope it's the aliens, which is so sad to me. I am about to rant here. But we as a collective are so hoping that it is extraterrestrials, that it is aliens, that it is something that we know nothing about and have never had any contact with other than our actual own government. We do not feel safe with our own government. We are terrified as to what they could perpetuate. So we would rather have it be an alien species than our actual government up in the sky with these drones. And I'm just going to say it. It is men in government, in hierarchical structures of government, that are reaping this warmongering, terrifying nuclear situation that everyone is terrified of, that everyone is scared of. Like, we are done. We are over it as a people. We do not want war. We do not want nuclear warfare. We don't care if your country is the top dog in the world, okay? That was from like the colonial, whenever times, decades, centuries ago, eons ago. We're tired of it. We are sick of it. It is men in power trying to dominate other countries, the guy next door, the dude they work with. Like, we're sick of it and over it. The fact that we have to struggle about it being our own government and stress about that is just so revelatory. Like, the fact that we actually just want it to be an alien species rather than our own. Like, can the men stop?
It's time to stop. You've got to stop being delusional and get over yourself so that we can move on as a species and as a collective society that allows us to grow and build from within. It's got to be all about love and growth from here out.
And healing. Like, 90% of these men in hierarchical systems of government and power and authority are just unhealed little boys that have never looked at themselves. They don't even want to look at themselves. They would rather dominate and instigate nuclear war on a neighboring country and feel like the shit and feel like they're in control for a hot minute rather than sit in a therapist's office.
Yeah, because it's hard to admit that you've done something wrong or that you need to grow and own something as a man. Society looks at you as someone that needs to be alpha, strong, and in charge, but in fact, you need to get authentic and true with yourself. Since I've grown as a man myself, it's made me really open up my eyes to what we really need, which is a more nurturing, loving style, which actually relates more to the feminine role in life.
Yes, and the men, if they would get in touch with their emotions and balance out that feminine, that divine feminine within them, then 99% of the problems in this world would be solved, including nuclear war. Okay, so men, could you all just heal so that we don't have to hope it's aliens? So that we can actually have hope in our own government? Would that be possible? Just a question. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great question, but reality, right? I think it's time. This is the era that we're looking for, is for men to step up.
Age of Aquarius.
And realize the importance of women in their life that will help them through this process and nurture them to a better way. So men need to get out of the politic aspect of dominating and being the big dog on the block and look at ways to work together.
Or we could just get men completely out of politics altogether. Like, how about we let the women run the world for a little while and we'll just see how much things change. If you sat down and you asked any man his true opinion, aside from all the posturing and worrying about what the dude next to him is going to think with his answer, if you asked any one of them off the streets, would you feel more confident with a woman in control than men, especially in this climate where we're hoping it's aliens instead of our own government? I would venture to guess that most of them would wish for that, because men know the power of women.
Yeah, I would say that you would probably have a lot of men say no to that aspect, but that was only because they wanted to stay in the delusional state. If they really recognize how often that they look to a woman to help create safety in their own minds, such as men that lean to their mothers and such, and for that type of safety, they would recognize that a woman in a powerful role is not going to look to battle. She is going to look to solve and make solutions. And so I think it would be beneficial in this time to work together in that aspect.
Build bridges. That's what women do. Yeah. Women build bridges. We try to understand. We can compromise. unless you're a, indoctrinated woman that has, hierarchical, misogynistic underpinnings that you don't even know you have because you've been so oppressed your whole life, which there are many females in government that manifest that show that. But if you are an actualized woman, if you have broken free of the shackles of misogyny, you're no longer blind to it, then that's the type of women that we need in power in governmental structures, so that we can have faith in our politicians and not hope and pray it's the aliens.